The impact of the 2025 federal funding freeze and new federal voucher. This 4-part 8-minute presentation is brought to you by Bedin and Associates LLC. America's public education system is undergoing significant changes, from a sudden freeze in federal funding to the launch of a new national voucher program. These developments could reshape how schools operate and how students access learning. In this presentation, we'll break down what's happening, why it matters, and what it could mean for families, educators, and communities. On June 30th, the U.S. Department of Education informed states that nearly $7 billion in federal education funding would not be delivered on July 1st, despite being approved by Congress. These funds support a wide range of programs. Part 1: The federal funding freeze. Some have indicated this freeze could directly impact classrooms, delay teacher professional learning, and stop adult education centers from providing services. Let's take a look at what has been frozen and the potential impact. Title 1C. The $375 million program provides federal funds to states to support the education of children from migratory families. These funds help ensure that migratory students, who may face disruptions due to frequent moves, can meet challenging academic standards and graduate with a high school diploma. The $2.2 billion Title IIA provides federal grants allocated to states and then subgranted to local education agencies (LEAs) to improve the quality and effectiveness of teachers, principals, and other school leaders. These funds are supplemental, meaning they are used to support activities not already funded by state or local resources. Title III, $890 million, provides supplemental funding to schools to improve the education of English learners, ELs, and immigrant students. These funds help ELs learn English and meet challenging state academic standards. Title IV, $1.3 billion, known as the Student Support and Academic Enrichment (SSAE) grant program, are federal funds allocated to schools to enhance students' academic achievement and well-being. These funds are intended to support three key areas: providing a well-rounded education, creating safe and healthy school environments, and promoting the effective use of technology in education. Title IV-B, $1.4 billion, are funds used to support before and after school programs. These funds, authorized under Title IV, Part B of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, ESEA, are primarily used to provide academic enrichment opportunities and other services to students, particularly in low-performing schools. Adult Education Grants, $715.5 million. These funds support literacy and workforce training. These programs help adults develop basic skills, earn high school equivalency credentials, and improve their job readiness. The U.S. Department of Education stated these programs are under review, citing concerns about misuse as the justification for the surprise freeze. However, no timeline has been given for when the review would conclude or whether the funds would be reinstated. Part 2: The immediate impact on schools. The effects were felt immediately. Many states instructed adult education providers to suspend services. School districts have canceled summer professional development programs. Some after-school programs that operate during summer months have also been shut down. Districts with high numbers of English learners and students from low-income households are expected to be hit hardest. These programs often serve as lifelines for students who need extra support to succeed. Part 3: The Big Beautiful Bill Voucher Program. Around the same time, a new federal initiative was introduced. The Big Beautiful Bill, as President Trump calls it, passed by a vote of 218 to 214, includes the first-ever national private school voucher program. Here's how it works. taxpayers can receive federal tax credits up to $1,700 for donations to scholarship-granting organizations. However, there are still several unknowns regarding this tax credit related to the potential exclusion of millions of children, impact on low-income families, and restrictions on married couples filing separately. Another key part of the legislation is that states can choose to participate in the program, and they will designate which scholarship groups can receive the funds. The Senate version of the bill removed the cap on the government's spending on the program. There is no federal cap on the $1,700 tax credit scholarships. The legislation allows for a dollar-for-dollar federal income tax credit for donations, which could have future implications. Supporters say it expands school choice. However, critics argue the program could potentially divert federal funds to private schools, impacting public education funding. But the program is now law, and its rollout is expected to begin soon. Part 4. The pandemic relief funds are now unfrozen by the U.S. Department of Education. In a separate development during the same time that brought some good news, the U.S. Department of Education reversed its freeze on pandemic relief funds. Initially paused 3 months ago, the freeze led to lawsuits from 16 states and the District of Columbia. A judge allowed those states to continue spending, while others were restricted from doing so. Education Secretary Linda McMahon cited fairness and consistency as reasons for the reversal and reinstating the original deadline for spending these funds to March 2026. Quote, "The ongoing litigation has created basic fairness and uniformity problems," end quote. So a lot has happened in just a few days. Let's sum things up as best we can. America's education system is at a crossroads, from unprecedented funding freezes to the expansion of school vouchers under the Big Beautiful Bill. The landscape is shifting, and staying informed is more critical than ever. Both the funding freezes to the new voucher systems will affect how schools are staffed, how students are supported, and how families make decisions about education. As policies evolve, staying informed is key to understanding what's at stake and what comes next. As we end this presentation, we want to thank you for your time. This presentation has been brought to you by Bedden & Associates LLC, committed to providing information on what's happening, why it matters, and what it could mean for families, educators, and communities. We want to acknowledge and extend thanks to Madeline Will, editor at Education Week K-12 Politics, as the source of the information and for a reporting that helped illuminate these complex federal developments.